Hello, everybody. This is John Matheson. This is number 6 in my video series. And the subject for the next 10 minutes will be entrepreneurship. How to put your mind straight, and a few things you need to do before you actually take the first step into starting your new business. Well, maybe you don't even know what you want to do yet, but you do want to start a business. So you have to look for opportunities. And the way to look for opportunities is to see if you suspect there's a market somewhere, and then immediately go and see if somebody is doing it. And if they are doing it badly, then there's a big opportunity for you to do it well. If they're doing it really well, you might not be able to compete with them. So without telling them that you were thinking of starting up a business just like theirs, you might go and see if you get a job there, or starting to pump them a little bit about what's going on. Go on their website, see if they're a public company. If they're a public company, you get to see all their annual and quarterly reports on EDGAR or CDAR. Completely on the internet, and in fact, by law, they have to make all that information public knowledge. So if there's really bad businesses in your area, compete with them. If there's really good ones, you've got to learn what they do. And if it's a smaller thing, you might be able to talk to local entrepreneurs who are in the business, see what they've learned, see what they might want to do. Some people may be very cagey. They don't want to give up any competitive secrets. And of course, when they're bigger, they can't give up competitive secrets by law, as that affects their own franchise. Nonetheless, they'll probably tell you to keep up the standard business virtues. And one of the standard business virtues is learn accounting inside out. You can't really do well in business unless you know accounting inside out. And you write a business plan basically on the format of the accounting equation. Maybe I'll put it on this side. Yeah. The accounting equation: A, assets equals liabilities plus equity plus revenues minus expenses. And really, this should be the format of your business plan. Do I need any debt? How is the share capital going to work? How am I going to get my revenues? And what are my expenses going to be? Basically, you have all those things in hand. You should have a good idea of what your business plan is. Cynical investors will often take your expenses and double them, and take your revenues and half them. And then if there's still a profit there, they might consider it. However, if you have a business venture that you're not really sure about, do not go into debt. Do not even spend $5 on your credit card. If you've got extra money that is actual cash, like extra money in your bank account, and you want to risk a little bit of it, well, you got to realize you're probably throwing the money away. You can definitely afford to throw money away that's in your bank account a lot more than throwing away debt money that you have to pay back and have interest on. Because what is worse than paying back a debt based on a failure? So don't go into debt to go into business, because it's just as bad as getting a university degree in a subject that nobody will hire you for. Don't go into debt to start up a business that hasn't even been tested yet. Try to start it free, as close to free as possible. If there are expenses, it's like $2.49 for this and $7.50 for that. And you'd be surprised, you can get some business cards, maybe a little web page. You can do a lot of things for very small sums of money to see if people respond well to your idea. There's only one exception. Of course, there's always exceptions to good rules. You can go into debt to finance a new business venture if that is your specialty. No doubt about that at all. Now, as far as equities are concerned, you have to be very careful who you want to sell your shares to. It's actually best to read the Securities Act in whatever state or province you're in to make sure that you're not trying to sell to the wrong people. Believe it or not, there's a lot of government agencies that can buy shares and you can pitch them, although I would never do such a thing. I certainly don't want them looking over my shoulder that closely, but you can actually pitch governments on your business idea. Generally, they're listed as exempt. And also big pension funds and people like that. So if you have a really snazzy plan, look for all the people that you're allowed to pitch your idea to and gear your pitch to your intended customer. Never send the same resume to two people. That's the first mistake. And this is much bigger than a resume, if you might think about it. It's not legal to sell shares to people you don't know unless you have a family relationship or a pre-existing business relationship. And even that is not always true depending upon the state or province that you live in. You got to be so careful about securities legislation to be on the safe side. Read the act. Okay, so that's the next thing. Now, you're starting up a business and, well, you really don't have much money. You don't have any skin in the game. And that's what everybody wants to see. What's your skin in the game? Well, what can you bring? You've got skills. And hopefully your skills are going to match in a certain kind of way that are going to make this business take off. So you present that. Your business may be involved with your creative output, artwork or design, or you could make really good at making architectural drafts or models, the presentation, the portfolio of the presentation, very, very, very important. And it's got to be eye candy. They're going to go, wow, when they see that. Nothing second rate. Everything has got to be first class. And creativity. What have you done? How creative are you? If you show business people that you're creative, it gives them a sense that you might be able to think on your feet and solve difficult problems quickly, which has to be done. Why are you the best person in the world that should be doing this business? Consider that. As I said, Edgar and Seed are to get annual reports for the businesses that are a lot like yours and how big business works in general. Is your business idea so good you would put up twice the collateral for a loan? Even though I don't say you should lend it all, but if you've got a franchise, you got something where, you got your location and everything's all set up, yes, you can borrow money for that because, it's a corporate plan and you're just a franchise that's plugged into it and it should probably go okay. Think like a bank manager. The ideas you reject are more profitable than the ones that you accept. Who would you lend money to your business idea? Think about that very carefully. Keep writing your business plan until you're sick and tired and exhausted with it. You're desperately trying to kill your idea because your future depends on not exercising a bad idea. Keep writing the business plan until your business fails. And if you can't do that after a very long time, well, maybe it's time to stick your toe in the water and spend that $2.48 and that $7.50 for some business cards and do some more writing to start up, or maybe test a few products on Facebook or YouTube or eBay or whatever, just to see how the market's going. And, oh, look at that. These people like it. Maybe I should change the price a little bit. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's really, oh, what? They're buying more when I raise the price? Yes, because in that particular case, they thought it wasn't worth anything.